Now, I would love to, like with the Pogues, kind of looking at them as a whole, obviously Shane and Philip and a few of the other guys have passed on. So the band's, definitely inactive these days. But what's your kind of take on the legacy of the band now that you can sort of look back on it all?
Well, I think, it's an amazing legacy. And interestingly enough, this year is the 40th anniversary of Red Roses for Me being released, the first album. And Spider was asked to do a kind of celebration concert um, in a small, really small club that was having a kind of weekend, sort of long weekend kind of festival of Irish music. Um, and I got involved in that, and James Fernley too. And it proved to be incredibly popular. So they said, okay, well, they're going to put in a matinee, and then it was still just not going to work in this place. So they got a big, beautiful theatre across the road, Hackney Empire. So we played this concert there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Spider did. He really did a great job of curating it. Finding get great musicians and singers, and it was great. It was really enjoyable thing to do. It was a fantastic concert. Um, but what really struck me was that a lot of the musicians we were playing with hadn't been born when that album came out. And a lot of them were young Irish musicians. There was a guy called Tom, who I can't remember his surname, but he's the drummer in Fontaines DC, who pretty big band now. There's some other guys, Jordan playing tenor banjo, Fiacre played the pipes, and the thing about them was like they're all like late 20s. And they'd grown up listening to the Pogues, so in a sense, and as they were fans of the Pogues, and so in a way, it was for them it was for them it was like when we played with the Dubliners, you know. It was a real great affirmation for us to play with the Dubliners and for them to want to play with us, and to make a record with them and have a sort of hit record actually. Um, and so it was amazing these guys that the same thing was happening again but a generation on, and that felt really special to me. It felt like this thing I told you about in the beginning about being interested, about being part of a tradition and taking it on, was happening with the next generation. So we'd taken something from the past with people that are now pretty much dead, had inspired us and we'd played with. And we're giving it, this younger generation's taking it on their way and they're changing it again. And there's a whole load of people, in Ireland, especially that are so influenced by the band and doing that. So, the legacy feels very much alive and it feels very much like, we've done our thing, which is to become that kind of catalyst to move the tradition on and keep it going in some way. So that to me is really, you know, very exciting
Yeah, for
and
sure.
moving thing.